Okay, guys, that's right. The Crusader's back, and I'm going to be trying something different in today's video. I'm going to be looking at TikTok videos, and I'm going to be giving you my 2 cents, whether I think they're right, wrong, good, bad, all that good stuff. But before I get into this, you know what I'm going to say. This video is for entertainment/education purposes only. None of this is a call to action. This is just for fun, comedy, entertainment. With that being said, let's see what TikTok has to offer.
ID when establishing things under your CPN. I'm about to put y'all on game. What you really want to do is you want to get yourself an international driver's license. So what an international driver's license is more so just another form of identification that can be used in any country. When you use your real ID for CPN related inquiries, your files start to commingle. And when that happens, your social security file and your CPN file begin to merge. So your CPN becomes completely unusable.
That's all right. I'm going to say this right now. I mean, getting a new ID or an international driver's license, I didn't even know what an international driver's license was. So, I mean, I could see it not hurting as far as your file merging. As long as you don't use the same address, you're good. So, you know, I mean, is this good or bad? I mean, I don't know. It may help keeping things separate. So I'd put this on the good side for good advice.
To get an international driver's license, you want to go to AAA.com,
AAA,
use their branch locator and find the nearest branch closest to you. Set up an appointment to see a brancher. Make sure you come prepared with 2 forms of ID.
All right.
This can be your current driver's license, proof of residency to the new address for the CPN, and or a debit card. But you need to make sure that the new address that you're going to have on this international license is going to be the one that's connected to your CPN profile. There are going to be fees for this license, and they're going to vary state by state. But having it set up is going to make your CPN profile 10 times stronger. Make sure you follow me on Instagram for more.
All right. Well, I would give this, actually, now that I heard it, I'd give it as good advice. I mean, it's always important to keep the information separate between your credit profile and your actual information. So as far as this video is concerned, I'd give this, that's pretty good. All right, let's go to the next one.
Gotta get my money right.
Oh shit, so she's talking about all the money she's making and selling CPNs or doing credit repair. Oh, okay, let's look at her packages.
Gotta get my money right.
All right, so she makes a lot of money. That's great. Realistically, CPN, recently get a CPN, pay your bills. All right, let's see.
I appreciate this comment because she's being realistic. We know that people use CPNs. Using a CPN, that's your thing. That's not the problem for us, people that use CPNs. The problem is when you use a CPN, you get inside an apartment complex, you live there for 2 months, and after the 2 months, you never pay rent again, and you allow that rent ledger, those charges to build up to 12 months, 18 months, or whatever. And a lot of people are taking advantage because they know the courts are still behind from COVID. So yes, right. CPNs have messed it up for people. Listen, again, we do not care about you using a CPN. We care when you don't pay your rent.
All right, so she's talking about people going into the apartment complexes and then not paying their rent. They go in, get approved, and then stop paying the bill, which I think that you should pay the bill if you're renting somewhere. You should do what you say you're going to do. So, I mean, I can see where she's complaining, but yeah, it's definitely, it's one of those things that people do. They use them to get apartments, and some people don't pay the bill afterwards.
I don't give a damn who live in an apartment. I don't give a damn if you use your mama's social. But what you're not going to do is live there for free. So yeah, now they're being strict and they're using Snap and they're using like all these third-party agencies to screen your documents, screen everything down to the T. Thank you.
Okay, so they're saying that they're implementing new things to make it hard or make it easier for them to detect a CPN when you go to apply for an apartment, which, hey, that makes sense. I mean, there's only so long somebody's going to take it in the ass before they start putting in measures to stop it from happening. So I guess, you know, people abusing shit are screwing it up for everybody. Typical.
For this comment, it was very helpful because people don't understand
property
that
management.
The CPN game is cute, but y'all messing it up for people who really want to rent with their real social security number.
All right. Well, hey, that makes sense.
When someone says they spent $1,100 on a blank CPN and no guidance on how to build it.
But the line didn't post.
When someone says they spent one.
All right. Well, this is obviously someone bought a CPN and then the trade lines that they bought didn't post, because that looks to me looks like a blank CPN. I mean, I don't even think there's any inquiries. Like, show They need to show more of the report. If there's hard inquiries on there, then yeah, okay, it could be a real CPN that's made right, but it just doesn't have anything on it yet. So in this video, they need to show the actual inquiries. And I mean, $1,100 for a CPN, that's kind of high. I would never recommend buying a CPN. I mean, unless you know somebody who you trust and all that kind of stuff. Again, entertainment, education only. It's just making them is so easy. I would never recommend actually buying it from somebody else, because there's way more ways they could screw it up. And you're going to need, regardless, if you're going to have this, you're going to need to know how to properly build it and use it. You're going to need to be proactive on how it all goes down, or you're going to screw it up anyway. So I personally would never recommend buying one. So I guess this is all right. I'll bet anything they're trying to sell CPNs. They're like, oh, well, they didn't know what they're doing, but you can buy them from me and I'll do it right. So chances are it's a deal like that with this video. Let's see the next one.
What is a CPN? Is it legal, and what is it used for? These
I've
are the
seen her
three
on
main
YouTube.
questions that I get today. We're going to go over them. So a CPN can legally be obtained by people of prominence who need to protect their identity. So think law enforcement, celebrities, people of high status. You can apply for a CPN, and it comes in the formation of a social security number.
Where do you go to apply for a CPN? That's what I want to know. You can apply for one where?
So then they would use this in place of their social security number to protect their identity. So that way their personal information is not leaked to outside sources. Now, other people will use a CPN. Let's just say, you have a felony and you're trying to get an apartment, or you have bad credit and you're trying to get an auto loan. Whatever the case may be, this is why other people obtain and use CPNs. Now, there are other times when people just want to, run up credit or get credit cards and loans and things like that. And that's when you're getting into the other side of things. Now, if you're just getting a CPN because you're needing to start fresh, you may have messed up your credit before and you're wanting to, get a place to rent or get an auto loan, and you have
Okay, so she's selling them.
every intention on paying your bills, are you going to get in trouble? Who's coming to look for you? Honestly. Now,
No, what was
do
that?
other
I
people
didn't
yodel?
get that.
Who's coming to look for you? Honestly. Now, do
All
other
right.
people use them for other reasons? Do they run the bag up? Do they try to milk it for everything they can? Absolutely. And to each his own. Hey, no risk, no reward. I feel you. But in terms of it being legal, yes, CPNs can be obtained legally. And those people are applying for them in the correct fashion for the correct reasons. And
She's not going to say how to do that, because that's just something. All right, I'm going to say this. I mean, what she's saying is kind of right. I mean, there's no place to apply for. Where do you go to apply for the right CPN? Like that doesn't exist. It doesn't. I mean, you could try to get a new social security number, or you could try to get like a EIN number for a business. But as far as a place, there is no place to apply for a CPN. That doesn't exist. That's just something people think exists because they heard the legal CPN guy say that from way back in the day.
they are doing so to protect their identity.
And as far as using a number outside of your social security number to protect your identity, that's true. But it's never issued to you. No one issues it. There's no way to issue a CPN.
Now, if you want to learn more about CPNs, or you...
All right, here, let's go to the next one.
Sleeping in
48 hours All right.
See, this comment right here is true, but let me tell you something about CPN.
What is it? They need to start requiring people show their actual social security card in order to get stuff. That'll slow a lot of people down. Yeah, that's true. Because if you do make them do that, then they got to bust out a fake social security card, which could definitely get you into trouble.
You have to have your whole new ID made, your new social made, and everything. So in the event they ask you for any of those things, baby, you got it. You got it. It's just the problem is if y'all want to do fraud and whatever with y'all CPNs, you have to choose an address that is vacant, because someone innocent will get in trouble over y'all shit. I'm not saying y'all as in you. I mean, like.
All right. Now, if you use fake documents, you're putting yourself at risk to go to prison. I mean, that is something that I want to make clear right now. So if you use actual real documents, then that your actual real documents, then you're definitely a hell of a lot safer. Let's put it that way. So I wouldn't even if you use fake documents and you're not trying or planning on committing fraud, that's still illegal just to use fake documents. Just so you guys know. I mean, I'm just being real.
Like it as a whole in general. People need to be mindful of that. And someone did leave a comment and say, not
y'all want to do y'all fraud shit, please keep other people into consideration when you do all that shit. Thank yous.
all addresses stay vacant for long, which is true. That is.
I wouldn't use a vacant address because what the hell? I mean, if you have stuff sent there, you need access to the mailbox. How the hell are you going to do that? Are you going to be riding down there in the middle of the night? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't use a vacant address. You gotta get creative. I wouldn't do that.
Completely understandable, but at least let them do their shit before that person moves in. So in the event the person does move in, they don't have that kind of drama. Like they ain't got all that. Just think about the others when y'all do y'all shit.
Basically, she's trying to say that she's like, don't, with the address, don't try to get other people. I mean, if you're not using somebody else's identity, then you're not involving anybody else. So, that's, I don't know. I don't get what she's really trying to get at. Let's see the next one. Card with a CPN. This ought to be good. All right. Why isn't it? Let's play now. Broken.
When it's time to pay rent, but you used a CPN. When it's time to pay rent, but you used.
Basically, he's acting like he ain't
to CPN.
going to pay the bill. I don't agree with this.
When it's time to pay rent, but you used a CPN.
So now they got to do the eviction process, which you basically.
When it's time to pay rent, but you used a CPN.
Process for free. I mean, that's not right.
Yeah! Oh my God, y'all! It feels so good writing "Passenger Princess" in my
dream car with a CPN.
Car. Like, look at his Kia.
This right here is a pre-repossession vehicle right here.
Package, for real.
Hey, it's a Kia. I mean, hey, yeah, you can get cars. Just pay the bill, and you should be all right.
It feels so good writing "Passenger
See,
Princess"
you can get cars.
Car. Like, look at his Kia.
My workshop. I have a workshop that actually shows step by step how this is done. If you want to check that out at thecrusadercave.com, just so you know.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the critical errors people are making with CPNs. Whether you bought one or you built it yourself, you know the drill. New phone number, new email, new address, all that good stuff. But here's the alarming truth. Countless individuals are letting their credit files merge with their old information. And that's a total disaster waiting to happen. Let me tell you, pay attention, especially if you have CPNs in your original name. The road to chaos begins when you fail to keep everything separate. Yes, you start with a clean slate, but you also must maintain the separation in the future.
No, she's right. Definitely need to make sure that the profiles don't merge. The only thing that stays the same should be the name and the date of birth. Everything else different. Different number, different email, different address, different everything else except the name and the date of birth.
Future, picture this. Your CPNs are flourishing, everything's running smoothly, and then boom, you make the dumbass mistake of using your mom's old address, an outdated phone number, or an ancient email when applying for things. Can you guess what happens next?
I'll tell you what happens next. That information gets put on the credit report, and if there's another credit report with matching information, the profiles merge.
Right, a merging disaster. Your CPNs get tangled up with their old info, and trust me, you do not want that. So here's the bottom line. Stay vigilant, avoid having too many credit card accounts that you can't keep up with, and make sure, if you want more information about building a CPN and not how to try
No. This is just a plug for
merger
her.
with your old identity or your real SSN. Tap in.
Nope.
And just so
Property manager,
we're not
applications,
condoning that
fake
people use fake
stubs,
stubs
CPN.
or CPNs.
Oh, so this
But
is
I know people do it. I'm not gonna play Inspector Gadget on your stubs, your bank statements, or anything like that. But people, be mindful. Some places use a compliance department. Some people have a person that oversees all their applications, so they have to double check everything. Be careful though. Don't overdo it. Like, don't give it too much. Say you make $70 an hour when you're 19. Say you make $50 an hour and you're fucking 23 and you are a CNA or whatever. Like, just be realistic with the amount of money you're making to the job. Like, just make it make sense. Because if you get through, you get through. Just pay your rent when you get here.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's a property manager. And she's saying that if you put information on the application that just doesn't make sense, like if you're 19 and you're saying you make $70 an hour, they're going to look into that. Makes sense to me. Great video.
And just so
I'm going to watch it one more time. This is great.
That people use pay stubs or CPNs, but I know people do it. I'm not going to play Inspector Gadget on your stubs, your bank statements, or anything like that. But people, be mindful. Some places use a compliance department. Some people have a person that oversees all their applications, so they have to double check everything. Be careful though. Don't overdo it. Like, don't give it too much. Say you make $70 an hour and you're 19. Say you make $50 an hour and you're fucking 23 and you are a CNA or whatever. Like, just be realistic with the amount of money you're making to the job. Like, just make it make sense. Because if you get through, you get through. Just pay your rent when you get here.
Right? That makes sense. Perfect video. Awesome.
Be
She's
sure
awesome.
your CPN is done properly and legally.
Oh, the track phone. Oh, shit. Someone took my
CPN
workshop.
profile, right? And at this point, man, you know, I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I got so many of these track phones around.
I'll bet these
It's
people all
like-
took my workshop.
It's crazy. But I just wanted to say, man, if y'all getting CPNs done and whoever doing your CPN, if they not giving you a track phone, like an actual phone with your profile, like mailing it to you, man, that may not be the right person, because what happens is when you setting up and try merging and everything, you want your profile to look as real as possible. You want it to look like a real human is behind it. So you definitely want to make sure you have an actual physical phone with a phone number that's activated, so that way everything's look legit, official, and you won't have no issues. So if you need a CPN, you got the cash but not the credit, need help moving, anything like that.
This is actually a good video because it points out a very good fact. Now, I mean, I don't know about, you don't need to have someone send you a phone with the CPN. You just need to make sure you have an actual physical phone and not some voice over IP like Google Voice. No, you want an actual phone number. And track phones are great because they're inexpensive and they actually are smartphones. So you can actually apply for things right on the phone. That looks great. I mean, that's like one of the best ways to do things. So, I mean, I can't believe this information. I think a lot of these people took my workshop. That's what it looks like.
If your lease is up in the next 30 days and you're having trouble getting approved for an apartment, I need you to listen up right now. You've been applying to apartments, you've been getting denied. They're asking you for pay stubs, they're asking you for proof of income, they're asking you for bank statements, and you don't know what to do. Maybe you're an influencer, maybe you only get paid in cash, maybe you're a barber, maybe you do hair, or you have some other sort of unconventional way that you make your own money. And then you try to get a high rise like this and you keep getting denied. I have a solution for you. My apartment approval method is 100%.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I can't believe how many people are plugging their shit on here. I mean, I don't really go on TikTok that much. This is, you know, my wife likes it, but I mean, I'm not. This is the first time seeing this, but why? This is definitely different than it was 2 years ago. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, here's another person selling an apartment package. CPN don't do it.
People ask me, are CPNs legal? Credit profile numbers? Absolutely not. If you go to the website fbi.gov, you will see cases where people have misused them. What I would say is stick with your social security number, get you an LLC, get you an EIN number. It's just as valuable, if not more valuable. That's free game, y'all.
Well, I mean, I'm sure all those cases involve fake IDs, but you know, hey, you know, do your own discretion. Everybody, you guys are all big boys and girls. So, you know, as far as this video is concerned, I guess that's his opinion.
In this hole, turn me up, I'm trying to fuck, point me to a slut.
All right, let's
that
see
nigga tough, he out of luck, phone him, gave him up.
Pallet.
She got some buns, make me come.
Short-term rental. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
She can't take it, bitch.
Turo. Yep.
In this hole, turn me up, I'm trying to fuck.
All right. So he's saying basically the short-term rentals is Airbnb, renting places and then subleasing that. And then Turo is getting cars with CPNs and then renting them out on Turo. So yeah, I mean, this is all stuff that, you know, this is nothing new. I don't know what pallet flipping is. I don't know what that is. So leave it in the comments if you guys could help me out and let me know what that is. But the other two, I sure as hell know about what those other two. I got workshops showing you guys step by step how that's all done.
Hold on, who is it? Who? Hold on, cuz. Hold on. Hold on, who is it?
Man, they're making fun of this shit because it's so blown up.
CPNs.
Uh-oh.
Please listen to me. When I tell you, it's very easy to think that there's a lot of money out here and you want to try to use a CPN. The problem you're going to have is a CPN is not really a legitimate when you're dealing with Airbnb. CPNs.
Airbnb, how so? How is it not legitimate when you're dealing with Airbnb? Airbnb, all they care about is that you have access to the property. I don't think you have to give your social to Airbnb. You would actually give your real social to Airbnb. You would just use the CPN to actually rent the apartment. As far as getting paid from Airbnb, you can use your real social. That's fine. So I don't, this doesn't make sense.
Please listen to me. When I tell you, it's
She's
very
all laughing. All right, what's the next one? We got it. The next one here? Or is it going to let me do
easy
it?
to think that there's a lot of money out here and you want to try to use a CPN.
Hold on, who is it?
CPNs.
Hold on, who is it?
All right. Let's see what credit does. Let's see if we have credit.
Hold on, who is it?
Credit boost. Here we go.
Don't mind my bad credit score. That's why I made this page to show you, like, real people. This is my real credit score. I'm going to get it back up over 700 within a couple months, maybe even less. We'll see. But that's why I started this page, was to show you, like, I can show you better than I can just tell you, oh, my score is 750, so this is what you need to do. No, I'm going to actually show you exactly what I'm doing while I do it. But anyway.
All right, she's saying she's going to keep. All right, I'm not going to
What's
wait
good, you
for
guys?
that.
A couple of y'all said tag me in, sis, so here I am tagging you in into how I took my credit score from a 433 to well over 700. So let's get into it. So boom, I had a 433.
What? Oh.
Nobody trusted your girl. Knew I needed credit, wanted credit, so I started off with my first card. I still have this card just for memories. Was my first was a secured credit card, and
All right, secured credit card.
Basically, your own.
This is all solid information. I mean,
card that is.
I was expecting for it to be like a bunch of people not knowing what they're talking about. It seems like everybody knows what they're talking about. I'm going to be honest.
You borrowing against you, and all I had at that time was $250.
I mean, I guess my workshops have definitely gotten out. Let's put it that way. I know for a fact, because some of these people are saying some shit verbatim that I had in my workshops that I. So I definitely think that that definitely added to all of this.
And then I finally applied. I was like, okay, hopefully you
know. All right. Well, I think I've done this enough, taking enough of y'all's time. So I'm gonna get going. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out. For hundreds of more information-packed videos, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you're looking to take your knowledge to the next level, explore my workshops at thecrusadercave.com. I offer entertainment workshops on CPNs, public records, how to get cars, apartments. Hell, I've even got a workshop that shows you how to reassign zombie debt, and so much more. So don't forget to check out thecrusadercave.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Crusader out.